Hello guys, this is Sushant. So we meet with the continuation of application of derivatives. I hope the previous video you have understood the previous applications of derivatives. So let's begin with the first application for today. So the first application which we have is my LMVT rule, which is Lagrange's mean value theorem. Now, whenever you're trying to attempt these type of questions, you have to understand this definition for my LMVT. So the statements are that if my function which is defined in a comma b is giving you a value which is going to be a real value, and if that function is continuous in the closed interval a comma b and it is differentiable in the open interval a comma b, then only we can apply the LMVT rule. So these two conditions are the important conditions whenever you have to apply the LMVT. Now the condition, after those conditions are checked, you can go for this particular formula, that is f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a will give you a f dash of c, where c is any point which is between a comma b. Now let us understand what this equation tells us. This equation tells us that the slope of the tangent at point c will be equal to this particular value, that is f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. Next, finding out the Rolle's theorem. Now Rolle's theorem, you require again the same two conditions, that is it should be the function is continuous in the closed interval a comma b and open interval a comma b, it should be differentiable. After those conditions are checked, there is a third condition, that is my f of a is equal to f of b. So for Rolle's theorem, I require these three conditions to be satisfied. Then only my Rolle's theorem can be applicable. So after that, we will be checking for this particular thing, that my f dash of c equals 0, where c is in the range of a comma b. So what does this implies is that if I am finding the slope of the tangent at c, it will be basically parallel to the x-axis, or its slope will be equal to 0. So that is what my Rolle's theorem and LMVT theorem tells us. So let us try to understand the problem which are based on. Let's see the first question. It is telling us which condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied by this particular function which is defined between -1 and 1. Now I know that this is mod x. Mod x, basically we have already defined it, which is it is minus x for x less than 0 and it is x for x greater than 0. If we try to draw the graph for mod x, it will look something like this, where y is represented as mod x over here and this is the value of x. Now what we need is, I want to find which of the condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied. So for Rolle's theorem, we require the three conditions. The first condition is that it should be continuous over the range which is specified. So it should be continuous over the range of -1 and 1. So you can see that it is a smooth graph. There is no discontinuity which is present at that points, any point between -1 and 1. So the first condition is satisfied, which is it is continuous. So basically this option is not possible. Also this option is not possible. Let us check the next one, that it should be differentiable between the limits of -1 and 1. So it should be differentiable at the point between -1 and 1. Now if you just observe the point O, at that point it is not going to be differentiable, because the values of the differential at this position will be different and at this position will be different. So because of that, at point O it is not going to be a differentiable value, because there is no differential which is existing. So that is why f of x is not going to be differential at x equals 0 is the correct option for it. In the next question, they have given this f of x and we have to check for this particular conditions, which of them is right. Now if I just substitute 4 in this, my f of x, that is f of 4, will be getting a value 0. If I substitute 5, it will still have a 0. If I substitute 6, it will have a 0, and if I substitute 7, all of them will be having the value 0. So that is why if I just take 2 at a time, that is f of 4 and f of 5, I will be having the function which is basically a polynomial function. Now polynomial functions are continuous over the whole range of the real number system, and also they are differentiable for the whole range of real number system. So we can apply the Rolle's theorem because I am getting f of a equals f of b. So by Rolle's theorem, I will be getting a value which is going to be between 4 and 5, which is f dash of equals 0. Between 4 and 5, I will be getting one of the value which is going to be 0. Then if I take these two, that is 5 and 6, again the f of x is going to be continuous and differentiable between the limits, and my f of a equals f of b. So my Rolle's theorem is again satisfied. So between the range of 5 and 6, I will be getting a root. Now to understand what is root is basically f dash of x will be equal to 0. I want a derivative to be equal to 0. So those are basically the roots of this particular equation. So if I am checking for 4 and 5 and 6, I will be getting the root, that is f dash of some value c, which is between 5 and 6, to be equal to 0. So I will be getting another root between 5 and 6, and between 5 and 7 I will be getting the other root. So if you just check out the option, my f dash of x will have 3 zeros between these ranges. Now let's go to the next problem. They have given me the equation, that is 3x square plus 4ax plus b equals 0. I have to find the roots, and I want the condition of a and b such that one of the root will lie between 0 and 1. So what I can do is, if I consider this equation as f dash of x, let it be some derivative of a function f of x. So it is 3x square plus 4ax plus b. So let it be a derivative of some function f of x. If I want to find what is the original function, then I have to integrate on both sides. So f of x, I will get it as 3x squares integration, which is x cubed by 3, so the 3 gets cancelled, plus 4a is constant, integration of x, which is x square by 2, so I will get it as 2ax square plus bx plus c. Now if you just look at these two equations, you have this particular function which is f of x. Its derivative should have a value 0 at certain point between 0 and 1. That is what you have to find out. So this becomes something like the Rolle's theorem, in which in Rolle's theorem I require that my function should be continuous. So this, since it is a polynomial, it is going to be continuous. It should be differentiable. Since it is polynomial, it is going to be differentiable between these limits. Also the third condition is that f dash of some value which is between the 0 and 1 should be equal to 0. So basically it should satisfy the Rolle's equation. So my condition, the condition which is third condition which is required is that f of a should be equal to f of b. So that is the condition which I want. So if I just substitute what is my a, in this case it is 0, and my b is, which is 1. So my f of 0 should be equal to f of 1. That is the condition given to me. So I have to just substitute the values. If I substitute 0, I will get the value as c, which is equal to f of 1, which is going to be 1 plus 2a plus b plus c. So the c gets cancelled out, and I am remaining with the equation 2a plus b plus 1 equals 0. So that is your option B. Moving to the next question, we have been given f dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. So basically this is my LMVT. They have defined the function f of x, which is e raised to x. They have given a as 0 and b as 1. I have to find what is going to be my c. So let us find what is going to be first of all f dash of x. So f dash of x will be nothing but e raised to x. So if I just substitute what is f dash of c, so my f dash of c will be e raised to c. Now substituting the other terms, so my e raised to c will be equal to f of b, which is e raised to 1, so e, minus f of a is my 0, so I will have a e raised to 0 which is 1, divided by a 1 minus 0, so which is 1. So if I want to find what is going to be my c's value, so my c will be nothing but log of e minus 1 to the base e. So your option is basically your option A. The next application in derivative is to find whether the function is going to be an increasing or a decreasing function. So we have to look out for the condition on f dash of x. Now my f dash of x, if it is going to be greater than 0, then that means my function is going to be increasing function. You have to check for some value, what values of x, the derivative of that function is going to be greater than 0. If my f dash of x for certain values of x is going to be less than 0, then in that particular range, I'm going to get that function as a decreasing function. Now let's see the problems which are based on this. Let's look at the first question. They have given me f of x and I have to find the ranges in which the function is going to be an increasing function and the decreasing function. So let us take that function and let's find the derivative of it. So my f dash of x will be equal to 24 into 3 x square plus 3 into 2 x minus 3. From this I can take 3 common, so I will get 24x square plus 2x minus 3. After getting the derivative, I am taking this 3 common from here and I am finding the factors of this particular quadratic equation. So I am getting the quadratic equation factors as 6x minus 1 and 4x plus 1. Now I have to check for the condition of the increasing function and the decreasing function. So if I want my function to increase, so my f dash of x should be greater than 0. That means this product, that is 6x minus 1 into 4x plus 1, should be greater than 0. 3 is already greater than 0, so there is no need for that particular function. So I want this particular thing to exist. That will exist only when both of them are positive. So I will have 6x minus 1 greater than 0 and 4x plus 1 greater than 0. That will give me the value of x greater than 1 by 6 and x will be greater than minus 1 by 4. So you are getting these two conditions, that is x is greater than 1 by 6 and x is greater than minus 1 by 4. So if you draw this particular thing on the number line system, you will have minus 1 by 4 on this side of 0 and 1 by 6 is on this side. So for this particular condition, it is everything be after this, and for this particular condition, it's everything after this. So if I want the combination of it, it is basically this particular condition. So from both of them, this thing has to be satisfied, that is my x should be greater than 1 by 4. So both these conditions are only satisfied when my x is going to be greater than 1 by 6. The other condition which I require, that is both of them can be negative, because a product of negative will give you still a positive answer. So if both are negative, then 6x minus 1 will be less than 0 and 4x plus 1 will be less than 0. If you just find the values, my x will be less than 1 by 6 and my x will be less than minus 1 by 4. If you again represent this particular thing on the number line system, you will get that the common region is x less than 1 by 4. So for both the condition, that is my f dash of x to be greater than 0, that is my function should be increasing function, the condition required is that x should be greater than 1 by 6 or it should be less than 1 minus 1 by 4. If I want to represent it in the bracket system, because that is what the options have been given to me, so it will be like representing it for this particular thing. It should be 1 by 6 to infinity, union of that with minus 1 by 4 extending to minus infinity. So if you just check this particular condition for my increasing thing, it should be this particular condition. If you want to find the condition for my decreasing condition, then your condition will be f dash of x, which is less than 0. This product should be less than 0. So that is only possible when my 6x minus 1 is less than 0 and 4x plus 1 is greater than 0, because if either one of them is negative, then the answer or the product will be negative. So that is why from this I will get x is less than 1 by 6 and x is greater than minus 1 by 4. If you draw this particular graph, you will be getting the value of x as x greater than minus 1 by 4 and it is less than 1 by 6. The other condition, that will be my 6x minus 1 is positive and my 4x plus 1 is negative. But this will give you a x which is going to be greater than 1 by 6 and x which is going to be less than 1 by 4. X which is going to be less than minus 1 by 4. If you draw this particular on the number line system, you will not get any common region. So that is why you have to reject this particular condition. So the only condition which will be satisfied for my function to be a decreasing function is this values of x. So that is why you will see that my decreasing condition is my x should be between minus 1 by 4 and 1 by 6. Moving to the next question, I have been given y is equal to x plus 1 by x and I want to check the condition for this function to be an increasing function. So my y is basically nothing but f dash of my y over here is nothing but f of x. So I will find my f dash of x. My f dash of x will be 1 minus 1 by x square. Now if I want to find the function to be increasing, this particular thing should be increasing. So that means my f dash of x should be greater than 0. So my 1 minus 1 by x square should be greater than 0. So my x square should be greater than 1. I am getting the condition as x square should be greater than 1. So that will give me a x which is going to be greater than 1 or x which is going to be less than 1. So that means my x should be between the values minus infinity to minus 1 and it should be union of this with 1 to infinity. So if you just look out for the option in this, it's going to be your option C. The next application of derivatives is finding the maxima and minima of the function. Find the maxima and minima points. You have to consider this particular condition, that is you have to find the f dash of x equals 0. You have to find the roots of my f dash of x. Whatever the points you are getting, those points are called as critical or stationary points. Now on those points, whatever points you are getting, if you are getting your double dash, that is the double derivative of the function, greater than 0, then that point will be corresponding to your minima or the minimum value. It is also called as a local minima. Then if you are finding that the double derivative is going to be less than 0, that is negative value, then that becomes a maximum point of the function, or it's also called as a local maxima. Let's see the first question. In this, they are asking us to find local minima of f of x, which is given by x plus 1 upon x. So basically you have to find the minimum value of this particular function. So your first step is going to be finding my f dash of x. Now f dash of x will be 1 minus 1 by x square. You have to then equate this to 0. So after equating it to 0, you will get it as x square is equal to 1 and x will be having plus and minus 1. But they have given that x is going to be greater than 0, so the only one option is x is equal to plus 1. Now to check whether this particular condition gives the minima, you have to take the second derivative of this. So taking the second derivative, that is f double dash of this, will give you the value as 0 minus, you will have this thing can be written as x raised to minus 2, so you will apply the x raised to n formula. So that's going to be plus 2 into x raised to minus 3, so 2 by x cube is the formula. So when you substitute 1 in this is going to be a greater than 0 value, that is positive, and hence at 1 we are getting a minimum value. Now to find what is going to be the minima, that is f of x, you have to substitute x equals 1 in that. So when you substitute 1, you will get 1 plus 1, which is 2. So your answer is basically 2. Moving on to the next one, they have given x square y square is equal to 1. Then the minimum of this particular thing is asked. So what you consider is, you consider this x square y square is equal to 1. So you will get y square is equal to 1 by x square. So when you just substitute in this particular function, so your f of x will be x square plus 1 by x square. So now you have to find minima, so you have to take derivative of this. So taking derivative will give you 2x minus 1 minus 2 upon x cube. Now this thing you have to equate it to 0, so you will get 2x equals 2 by x cube. So that gives you x raised to 4 equals 1. X raised to 4 is equal to 1 will give you the roots as x equals plus and minus 1. So at these values you have to check which is going to give you the minimum value. So for that you need to find the second derivative of this. So finding the second derivative, you will get it as 2 minus, this becomes a plus 6 by x raised to 4. So when you substitute your first value, that is 1, you will get the value as 8, which is greater than 0. If you substitute minus 1, then that also gives you a 8. So basically at plus and minus 1, you are having the minimum values which are present. Now to find the value, you will be just substituting x equals 1 in this. So you will to get the minimum value, you will be substituting x equals 1 in this particular equation. So you will get it as answer as 2. Moving to the next question, they have given me a function which is comprising of these constants a and b, which I have to find out. And they are telling us it has an extrema at x equals 1 and x equals 2. Extrema basically means the minimum and the maximum values. So they are having the minimum or the maximum at these particular points, that is x equals 1 and x equals 2. Then I have to find this particular thing, that is 6a into comma 6b. So what I will do is I first find the derivative of this. So my f dash of x will have the value a by x plus 2bx plus 1. After taking derivative, I got this particular thing which I can simplify to this. I have to equate this thing to 0 to find my extremas. Now they have given the extrema values as 1 and 2, so I will be substituting each of them. So when I am substituting 1, I will be getting it as a plus 2b plus 1 equals 0. If I substitute 2, I will be getting it as a plus 4 into 2, that is 8b plus 2 equals 0. So I need to solve this particular equation, that will be equal to minus 1 equals to minus 2. So if I just subtract these two equations, I will be getting as minus 6b is equal to 1. So my 6b, because I need to find what is 6b, it will be equal to minus 1. So if you just check out for this option, that is 6b is in the second position, so it's only in this option. So these were some of the types of questions which will be asked in my application of derivatives. So if you have any doubts with them, you can ask them in the comment section. We'll be coming up with many more uploads which are related to my MHCET mathematics. So please stay tuned for it. To get the regular updates, you need to subscribe to our page and also share with your friends the videos so that they are also helped with the videos. So keep practicing, be motivated. So all the best, take care and keep learning, keep watching and happy learning.